I'll speak to you now. I'll speak to you now since we friends again. Robin went on an unfriending tour. I'm telling you. No, just the first time. I ain't gonna never let him live it down. I ain't gonna never, just like Chris calling me fake. I ain't gonna never let him live it down. Heather, your hair is cute. Robin said your hair is cute. Miss Cheryl. Miss Cheryl.
Together.
Who we got? Who this is? Oh, we got both of them. We got Billy and Allende. Let's see. We got Billy in here. Come on, jump on in. There you go. I think the man of the hour. Dang, Allende, you keep saying I can't add you. Man, brother, all shined up. I see you.
Is the shine?
Listen.
Oh man, listen, that ain't listen.
What is up, brother?
What's up, Happy? What's the feeling? Man, I'm blessed. How you been? I'm excited too.
Busy, like you are. You booked and busy. It's not a guy.
And
Listen, I be doing way too much. Listen, I appreciate y'all having me. Listen, I was trying to hook my mic up and everything. I couldn't get it going. I see you got yours working.
Man, listen. I've been running tech support all day. Man, because a lot of this stuff I just got. So I'm like, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out tomorrow.
Man,
Oh,
Okay.
Yes, Miss Cheryl. Praise the Lord. You're going to slow it down. Do this for all the lovers in the house.
So, yeah. So, if you got to close out and come back, Billy, we're not going nowhere.
Yeah. Yep. Somebody then called him. Do not disturb an airplane mode.
Oh, let me put on do not disturb too.
Yeah. Yep. So you have to drop and come back. Tell you, the Saints going to learn the value of airplane mode. Airplane mode and do not disturb. It's a lifesaver, people. It's a lifesaver, people. Ooh. Dang, both of y'all? Oh, Lord. I muted you. No, I didn't. I didn't mute you. I can mute you. Girl, I ain't muted nobody. The devil is a lie. So both of y'all got to drop and come back. Yeah. Let's see. Look, man, these technical difficulties. Let's see. Heather's coming back. We got. All right. And you still muted. You still muted. I can't hear you. Unmute yourself for the one time.
Thank you.
Praise his name.
Yeah.
Let's see. Man, I don't know why I keep saying I cannot add Allende.
Allende. Maybe close your app out and come back.
Cannot add them. Let me see.
So excited about tonight. I just love Billy to death.
Yeah, man. Billy been bald headed for a long time. Brother been had that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I envy dudes who can grow healthy beards because I can't. Like, my beard don't come up. So everybody can get their beard up here. I envy y'all.
Thank you. So now y'all can hear me. Okay, good. I'm so excited about tonight's show.
And y'all hear me. Praise the Lord.
Don't. Here we go. Here we go, y'all.
All right, I'm in here.
So yeah, I'm excited to chat with Billy.
Let's see what we got. Billy B for the one time.
Yes, I've been knowing Billy since we were probably, I don't know.
All right, airplane mode and do not disturb, people. Airplane mode and do not disturb.
Do we need both?
Dang, Allende, bro. I don't know what the problem is. It will not. Yeah, you can see it. No. I'm talking about somebody trying to get in. I'm like, I can't. It won't let me add them for some reason.
Moment, because I'm not sure why you aren't able to come in.
I appreciate it, Janelle. I need it. I need it up here. Yeah, let's talk. Hey, Heather, did you find your glasses?
No.
Oh man,
Heather done lost her glasses, people.
We don't act like I got them on. So, thank you so much, Billy, for coming in.
I appreciate it.
People really been reaching out. Like, I'm so excited to, Billy, you the man. So let me go back a little bit, y'all. So I've been knowing Billy forever. I'm talking about we were young, and I have so many funny. Okay, so me seeing serious Billy, I can't take him serious because if y'all know Billy, he is a clown. Like, we would be at work. We used to work together. You know, we worked at Lockline. What was Ashurion? What was it? Lockline?
No, I wasn't sure. What were we doing? You know, I had so many jobs. What were we doing? Tell me.
We were doing customer service. I don't remember. It was off of War Parkway.
War Parkway.
Assure or Lock Line. It's one of the two.
I've been Assure.
So y'all, Billy will be putting these customers on hold. Y'all talking about the funniest stuff in between calls. Like, we holding our sides. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm checking that account. Billy ain't a bit more check.
Hey, I remember. Listen, the phone has accidentally.
She was there too. AT&T.
AT&T. Listen, I remember the phone disconnecting accidentally on purpose several times, and the customer would get me straight back.
That's fake.
I came.
Yes. Yeah. I'm talking about funny. Oh my God. Oh yeah.
My brother, what's up, Bam?
So yeah, I've been knowing he needs. Yes, Brandon, he needed to expedite everything.
Listen. Expedition.
Send it. It's above me now.
Just to put him on hold so he can crack the code.
It's above me now. That's Bam. What's up, man? My brother. Nah, that's Teller's older brother.
Yeah, I know. I thought they had the same name.
Oh yeah, it ain't Bishop.
That's got you.
Yeah.
There is a difference. Huh? So real quick, let me just go ahead and get started. Billy, if you want to go get you something to drink and relax, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna ask a few questions, may play a game or two, but the reason I invited Billy in specifically, number one, Brandy recommended. He was like, girl, ask Billy. He's so knowledgeable and da-da-da. I know he would be a cool vibe. Fun, funny, knowledgeable. I watched his show. So speaking of which, he is the creator. Why do you leave out? You are not only the host, you are the creator of the Big Bang Theory podcast.
Yes.
Humbly. He said humbly. You know what I'm saying? That's me.
Speaker, he's an event host, husband, father, comedian, all of that. Y'all, Billy is really, really funny. Really funny. So first of all, let me just thank you so much. We appreciate you. Welcome.
For sure. Appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate y'all.
30 to 45 minutes. If you want to spend a night, you're more than welcome to.
All right. Yes. Yeah.
We got pallet space.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm at home, so you know, we gonna do.
Yeah,
let it be what they call organic.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Billy. What you do? What makes Billy Billy?
Man, that's a good question. I would say what makes me is just life, right? The different walks of life, like the different. Listen, I've lived a lot of different lives. Mm-hmm. It's funny because when I go places, my kids always say I know somebody, and they ask me how I know them, and I'm like, I don't even know. One of them lives I live. One of them lives. But I think what makes me, I would say childhood upbringing, you know, the wonderful thing about the way, you know, my sister and I were raised, and, you know, we had the best of all the different worlds, right? So I was able to kind of be a sponge and just be in any and every environment that you could think of. And that's really what made me, right? So I just love people. I don't judge people. Listen, whether you know, black, white, short, tall, green, blue, straight, LGBTQ, you know, any of that, right?
Right.
You're cool with me. And that's what makes me, right? What makes me is just meeting all type of different walks of life and being accepted in all different type of circles and just living many lives.
Indeed.
Yes. And so speaking of your upbringing, you know, I know it wasn't, I was around when we were kids. So I know your mom, your dad, your sisters. Yeah. And y'all, let me just tell y'all real quick. I used to have a crush on his daddy.
Everybody, I can't. Pops is smooth, man.
Hide your dads. Heather on the prowl.
Listen.
Yeah, hide them.
Hide your dads.
Y'all don't gotta hide your daddies. I'm good. So
I'm on Instagram, Facebook, a little bit of TikTok.
I don't see you in it. I'm like, okay, maybe he's only on Facebook. I couldn't find you on TikTok.
Yeah. I need to be more active. You know, the older I get, the less technically knowledgeable I am, right?
Yeah.
Man, it's a simple lifestyle, brother.
Hey, for real.
Yeah.
Easy.
I gotta have it.
For real.
I am addicted to social media. It is my drug. So unfortunately I'm not in rehab and I'm not going anytime soon. So yeah.
You know, the first step is knowing you have a problem.
Definitely have a
problem. This is true.
I do. It's the first thing I look at when I wake up, before I pray. So I have to really work through that. I have an issue with. I get right on Facebook. So anyway, saying about me. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. So we got a few questions for you, Billy.
Okay.
If you don't want to answer them, you can say nope, next, pass, whatever. But I didn't go too crazy with the questions. I really wanted to stay focused on. I think you are so knowledgeable.
I appreciate it.
recommend people to you all the time. Like, you know, I got a friend named Billy. He's very like cool, approachable. You know, my wife is cheating on me, XYZ. I'm like, hit up my boy Billy. Yeah,
you know, somebody actually reached out to me and said that.
Yeah,
like, you're exactly correct.
Yeah.
They reached out to me and said they said you. I said, okay, well, hey, let's wrap then.
Yeah, true story. So, how many times have you been? Again, you don't have to answer it. Have you been married or engaged?
Married twice.
Okay.
Married. So I'm on my second marriage right now, and my final marriage.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We gonna die this one out. Somebody gonna die.
Hey, that's it. Somebody gonna die.
This one out.
Okay.
Yep.
It might be me. We've been married 8 years.
Okay.
Dang.
Run it back for the one time. I think I'll get married again.
How you been married?
Once. Yeah. When I run it back, we dying out too. Look, I need a death buddy. Okay. I need a death buddy for sure.
I like this. So Billy, what do you think you learned from your first marriage?
What I learned from my first marriage was to accept for who they are, for who you are and who they are. It's one of the things I learned, and understanding that, you know, her and I just weren't made for each other, to be honest. You know, I could say what she did wrong. She probably can say what I did wrong, but the reality was we just wasn't made for each other. You know what I mean? You were young, high school sweethearts, had a baby young. So, you know, we tried to do the right thing. But so I learned, you know, if you're not made for each other, I don't care what you do, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
I remember I was at the wedding, so I remember.
The wedding, yeah. You remember. Oh, Lord Jesus, we're going to.
We're not going to go there.
Listen, for the festivities, the reception wasn't the only thing going on. Anyway.
Billy, was that a red flag? What happened at your wedding? We're not going to go into it. Was that a red flag?
Flag, because I would say it wasn't, because the people that were involved in that were just loving of both parties, right? You know what I'm saying? So they separately, they loved us, but they didn't like us for each other.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't really a red flag. It was just it wasn't a red flag. Yeah.
So yeah, don't ask me about it later, y'all. Y'all ask Billy. I'm not disclosing what happened. I am not. Do not ask.
Nah, you brought it up.
I'm not. When it comes to I'm not answering it.
Hey, this is a family show anyway.
Little messy stuff. Y'all want to know? Ask Billy. I'm not in that. My name is Bennett, and I was in it, but now I'm not. So, how do you handle conflict with your marriage?
Well, my marriage. So how I handle conflict is I am solution based, right? So when there's a problem, I'm not looking at it focused on the problem. I'm looking at it focused on the solution, because we dying, right? Somebody gonna die it out. So, you know, my first marriage, it was I'm focused on the problem. So we never get to a solution. This marriage, I understand that we said I do. I really understand the vows. So when there is conflict, I'm just really trying to get to the fastest way to solve it, for real. I'm not focused on the problem. I'm focused on, listen, how do we get past it? Because we have to move forward. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. Oh, I just burnt out. Okay, yeah, that's really good. So I be taking notes. So I'm listening. I really take real life notes. Yeah. So what are your long term? Huh?
No. I keep freezing. It's probably my internet, but go ahead. I'm sorry. You said, what am I long term?
Also the weather probably not making it no better. No better.
It is.
Hey, Jonathan. How are you? Billy
What it do?
Up, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all follow him on everything, especially everything, literally. You're gonna learn something. So what are your long-term goals you think for your marriage, other than that?
Other than that, man, I really just want our marriage to be an example, to be honest, because there are a lot of people that, in my opinion, don't really have a great example of marriage. I'm not knocking anybody. I have a lot of married friends, and they are probably examples in their circles. So I just really want our marriage to be an example that, you know, true love does exist. We're not perfect. You know, we have problems, but we truly love each other, and we're faithful to it. You know what I'm saying? So I just want people, I really want us to be an example, to show people that there's hope, there's life after divorce.
It is.
And, you know what I'm saying? If you pick the right person, or you allow God to pick the right person for you, you can have a great thing.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. So that's my long-term.
How do you feel like you guys improve or work on like your connections in your marriage? Like, what do you guys do?
We date. You know what I'm saying? We date. Listen, I am we have date night, so we make sure. Listen, we love the kids, so, but they listen. I know it's a family show. We love the kids, but we have to remind ourselves how to.
And listen, it's a family show, but we real family, so we talks about it all.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all got here because somebody was dating.
Listen,
so we gonna go on some dates.
Dating and doggy style, the 2 Ds keep. You know what I'm saying?
They said it, not me, y'all.
Listen,
somebody was doing something. We didn't get here. We didn't get here from hugging and kissing.
No, it didn't.
You know what I'm
saying? You see what I'm saying? See how y'all, we left it at dating. Somebody had on the sundress though. Huh?
Somebody had on the sundress, and I brought the glow stick. Apply that.
What is it?
It's I don't know if it's the material. It is. First of all, it's the material. It's the cut. Listen. It's the sun.
It's the cut. It's the cut, the cuff, the material, and the material. Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah. Get one, because I've been hearing a lot about
No. Yeah, get you a moo-moo. The moo-moo. Hey, them moo-moos kept grandma pregnant. So it's something in the moo-moo. It's something in the moo-moo. Granddaddy loved the moo-moo because he couldn't stay off of grandma.
He loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
Fine linen and no draw.
Hey, listen here. But
sundresses.
Let me move in closer so you guys can hear me. No draws. Listen, ladies, if you don't have proper family show, if you don't have proper vaginal care, no panties is not for you. It's not for you. Not for you. Yeah. Come on, nothing is for you, especially no panties. You want to keep that contained. I came across a young lady in my younger days that no draws was her thing when it shouldn't have been. She needed like a humidifier or something, or like an air purifier to eradicate all of that. But praise God. Oh Lord, yes.
Let me listen.
That's all.
Take somebody to do.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, please, Febreze. Please.
Grown. They said wear your sundresses. So somebody said go to Shein. I definitely will be going to Shein. So okay, so what do you feel like your love language or your wife's love language is?
My wife she loves gifts, of course, and words of affirmation. So that's her love language. My love language, I don't really know. I don't know. I'd have to ask her what that is, because I really don't know. I feel like I don't have one, but I know I'm lying.
You would know it when you seen it. Like that's it.
He had a chum bucket.
Yeah.
We don't even read all these comments. Y'all crazy.
I'm just being honest.
So what's one thing, Billy, that you think you would change in today's dating era?
Man.
Take your time.
Good question.
So this is what I believe, man. And I was talking to a homeboy of mine. So there's a difference between being a player and being a cheater. So in my opinion, I just feel like people need to keep a player. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't say you're a player if everybody doesn't know they're in the game. You're a cheater. So you being dishonest to this young lady that may be good for someone else, and she's not good for you, but you're cheating on her instead of being a player and keeping it real, you're ruining her for somebody else, and vice versa. The lady's doing the same. So I just believe people just don't keep it player, man. Just keep it player. Listen, if you have somebody else, if you're dating around, if you're not ready to settle down, man, keep it player. Quit hurting these people because you want to be a liar and a cheater. So that's what I would change. Keep it player.
Yes, I love that's a really fire answer for a lot of people, and that's probably the best one.
As a songwriter said, we both belong to somebody else. As long as we keep that in perspective. Now, I'm not advocating for nobody to get out here and snatch them up a side chick. I'm just saying, if that's how you entered the situation, let's not breach that contract.
Just keep it player. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need to know they're in the game, and if everybody playing and you trying to let everybody know they're in the game. Let everybody know if there is a position to be fought for, or if you really just want to play the game. And that's just listen, I'm not saying there won't be problems, but I just feel like there'll be less problems because people are latching on to who they think is for them, and they lying, they going home, they living with somebody. Listen, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Just keep it playing. Just keep it
player. Yeah, I heard it. Player versus a cheater.
Yeah, player. Just keep it real.
Take your notes, lady. That's really good. So, how would you define or describe commitment in a relationship? My light keeps going out. I'm hungry.
Commitment in a relationship would be, you locked in. It's just you and that person.
Yeah.
It's just you and that person. There's nobody else. And to me, and it depends on the age, but I would say depending on the age when you're committed. I mean, I believe commitment should be the point when you know. I believe you shouldn't commit until you know that's the person you're going to marry.
Okay.
Right? Because if you're committing to somebody and you're not sure that you want to marry him, then you're not going to keep it player. You're going to start cheating. Right?
So, side question. So I've been dating somebody for about 4 months now, and I'm like totally 100% all in. Should I not be? We haven't established that we're like, we don't go together. He didn't circle yes or no yet.
Yeah.
Do you feel like I'm too in?
I would honestly, I think that'd be a question for, is he all in? So here's the thing. So if you're all in, but he's not all in, then you tripping. But if
why?
Does that make sense? Because
it does, but it doesn't, because I don't want to predicate what he's, I want to still be me. Regardless of what he's doing, I'm going to still do, you know what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying.
So what I'm saying is because I feel like when you're locked in and you're committed or you're not dating anybody else, right? Mm-hmm. Then your focus is on that person. Right. Does that make sense? It's almost like, how they say in life, you have to, there can't be a plan B. So you're focused on one thing. You're not looking for a way out. You're not looking for any other opportunity. Like this is the one that's going to work, right? So if you're locked in and you're not doing anything else, then your focus is strictly on this person. And I feel like you'll fall deeper into a situation that maybe, all right, you're moving towards long term, and this person may not be moving in that same direction. So you'll put up with more trying to wait on him to catch up with you. And he may never get there, right? And it's not his fault, because I asked you a question: is he committed to you? And you said, "I ain't." So if he hasn't said yes to you, and you said yes, then you may find yourself in a world of hurt, because you're saying yes to only him. He's saying yes to her, and you're trying to be something, trying to do something. He's not. He's nowhere near that, right? So I just feel like your heart will be broken because he's keeping it player.
Yeah.
And you letting yourself get played.
Right.
Just my opinion.
So we did have a conversation though, like, okay, are you dating somebody? It's like, no, it's nobody else. So I can't verify. I'm not gonna be looking through cabinets because he does not live here. So I'm not, ain't no ride pass. So I can only take his word for it for now until I see anything else. So okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, and I'm gonna say this,
that was a really good one. That was a good one, Bill.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this, especially when it comes to the fellas, right? And fellas, don't listen. Y'all can hate me, send me hate mail, what all. I feel like with men, you have to circle back again. Today is what, Monday?
Yeah.
All right. So if I'm a player, we both keeping it player, and you asking me on Monday, am I seeing somebody? If I'm not, I ain't. But on Wednesday, I might be. You got to ask me again on Friday. Right? You got to circle back. I'm just being honest, because it can change by the day.
That is very true.
Or we'll give you a roundabout answer. Like, are you dating somebody? Be like, man, come on, girl. Chill out, man. Chill out with that. We'll never answer the question.
Well, that's only if they keeping it player.
Hey, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. Don't even, man, go somewhere with that.
Some people get married for the title and not for the extra role. Okay, these comments are really good. Y'all forgive me if I can't read them. I really want to focus on his answers. So we'll try to go back and read them as we can. If y'all have questions, please feel free to drop him out. Oh, it's on the bed, and he'll pin them in the comments. So, what do people often misunderstand about you?
So here's, I think they put me in a box. I think people misunderstand me because it depends on what part of life you met me at, right? Listen, I don't pretend to be anybody, but I remember I dated this lady back in the early 1800s before my wife was born.
Whoa.
You got to make sure you know.
Right.
It's before she was born.
Right.
And she said, I thought you were stuck up.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? She thought I was stuck up. I think that's one misunderstanding. Some people think I came for money. They think for some reason, I came from a family on the other side of the Ward Parkway. I don't know why. I have no idea why. So I think those would be the two. They put me in that box, and they just don't understand that I'm not saying I've seen everything, but I've seen a lot. I've been around a lot, and I just think people, they just don't know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I can see them saying that I can see it because you do listen, it's not a game.
But here's the crazy part. If a man has standards or carries himself a certain way, it's always the ones that wouldn't qualify anyway that think that you stuck up.
Yeah.
Like, it's always the ones that are that ain't even in your purview. Like, you're and not saying that you're above anybody, but it's always those ones. Yeah, it's always those ones
Yeah.
that you probably wouldn't even take a second look at. Be like, I thought you were stuck up. No, you carry yourself a certain way. You stay well groomed. You dress nice. You all about business. You take care of your stuff. They like, he got to be stuck up. Just taking care of business. I'm taking care of business.
I'm just taking care of business. And most of them people have never had a conversation with me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They've never had a conversation with me. They've never seen.
Then when they talk to you, they like, he cool in the face.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yes.
So we're going to get to the topic. This is question number 10. We're flowing really good.
Yeah, let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Because this one I wanted to know. Name 3 or more mistakes that people or that couples make before they get married. And you can go.
Man,
we got time today.
We got time. Listen,
so you sent me the topic, right? And I'm a hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I got about 30.
Oh, he got bullet points, people.
I got about 30, but see,
get your notebooks, ladies.
I'm gonna read.
What up, Ty?
So I'm gonna read what I wrote down, and we don't have to tackle all of them, but I believe. So first and foremost, people have to understand, marriage is about devotion, not emotion.
Ooh.
You got to be devoted.
We can stop right there, brother. We can stop.
Devotion versus
and not emotion. Devotion and not emotion. Yeah.
Yep. You stand up there before the pastor or the justice of the peace, however you get married, and they ask you specific questions. Specifically, they say, Heather B, do you promise to honor, obey, and you say, I do. Then they turn to him and ask him the same questions, right? Because they're asking you and him a question separately to make sure you're devoted to your part of the covenant, right? It don't say nothing about emotion. It doesn't say, do you promise to love if he don't piss you off? Do you promise to obey if she ain't paying the bill? It don't say none of that.
Yeah, right? Buddy.
So marriage is about devotion, not emotion.
Right?
If I may,
Please.
It's very interesting too that you say that, because a lot of moves and a lot of relationships were ended on emotion from both sides. And I heard somebody say one time, one of the main reasons, and ladies, I'm gonna jump on the dudes, but I'm gonna get on y'all first. One of the main reasons why divorce is so high amongst women is because women are driven by that emotion. Like that feeling will drive them a certain way. Now, I'm all about fact over feelings. Forget how you feel. The fact of the matter is, are we healthy? Are we functional? Forget you being mad. If you're my wife, I don't care about you being mad. Yeah. When I come upstairs, had them cheeks ready to be clapped. Okay, we can be mad later. All right, yeah. But listen, the clapping gonna commence. And fellas, forget how you feel. You have duties and responsibilities to take care of home. If you can't do that outside of how you feel, then nobody should be in a relationship. Period. Yeah. Because you're not going to be happy all the time.
Yep.
You ain't going to say everything your lady want to hear. She ain't going to say everything that you want to hear. But when it's all said and done, are we healthy and are we functional outside of how we feel? Yeah. If the answer to those questions is yes, what are we doing? Hey. What are we doing? We wasting time. We're wasting time.
Yeah, wasting time. We had a question pinned. We'll try to circle back to it.
Okay.
Because I don't want him. Yeah. Go ahead, Billy. I'm sorry.
Man, so communication, of course. I think communication, religion, like what God do you serve? Do you serve a God? What part of the Bible do you believe in? Do you believe in the Bible? Do you believe in the order of the Bible? Do you believe that God is the head and I'm the leader? So I think religion. I think, as I said,
really important. That one is very important because people they believe certain stuff about the Bible, and not that he died. And yes, that's good.
Yeah, not that he died. They don't believe the roles. They don't believe, that when the Bible says you're supposed to cleave to your husband and your wife, right? Mm-hmm. Another mistake is not communicating who's first in your life. Asking the man, listen, is your mama before me? Or am I before your mama? Right? Asking the girl, are the kids before me or am I before the kids?
Come on. Right? That's a conversation, dog.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter who birthed the kids.
That's a conversation.
And listen, because here's the crazy part about it. You can actually create children with your wife and your husband, and whether it be the wife, whether it be the husband, the kids can be first in that person's life.
Blowing up the relationship.
But I agree that each marriage should have whatever their agreement is. If they believe that the kids come first in their marriage, that's a conversation that they should have before marriage, right?
Absolutely.
Who comes first?
Absolutely.
We come first, and the kids come before me. Do your mama, do your sister, do your family? You know, because my wife said it best. Once you become married, your family or your relatives, your home where you live, and the people, that's your family.
Yeah, buddy.
That's your family, because you're making your own family, your own legacy. So there's no love lost anywhere, but who's in your home, who you married, that's your family. The other people are your relatives, right? So having that conversation, not discussing finances, right? Like, what's your credit score? Do you owe taxes?
Like,
who do you owe?
Straight up.
Or you getting garnished?
Because my bank account tied up in this thing too. My bank account tied up. Yeah.
Yeah. How much money do you believe we should save? How much do you believe we should live off of? Where do you think we should live? How much money do you want to spend on that? Like, you should have deep conversations on finances, gender roles. Do you believe I should take the trash out?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good, Bill.
Yeah. Hold on. Unspoken expectations. You know, and I'm not gonna put this just on women, but so women, please don't cuss me out. But I believe this. This is what I've heard. I'm not saying men don't do it, but I would say from a man's perspective, if I'm at the barbershop, 9 out of 10 times, the man is going to say, "Man, she changed on me." The woman's going to say, "Man, he'll never change." Unexpected or unspoken expectations. Am I really who you? Listen, are you marrying me? Do you like who I am, or do you secretly have in your mind the moment that we say I do, I better change that? I better not be his friend. I better not be going there anymore. Like, do you secretly have that expectation in your mind of what you need me to be or do or not be as your husband before we say I do? We have to have them conversations, right? Because I believe divorce happens because people have unspoken expectations of what marriage is and what should change. And we've never had well, I'm your husband, now I'm your wife, now you shouldn't be. Well, why you didn't tell me that? Because I thought you said I do because you loved me for who I was yesterday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Honey, talking about this? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You know things got to change now.
Hold on, y'all. We'll get to your questions. Laverne, did you have a comment?
Yeah, man. Everything you said is great. I mean, those unspoken expectations are a huge deal because on both sides, you can't come into the relationship expecting the other person to just know. It's unfair. It's unfair for me to try to keep an expectation or meet an expectation that you never told me existed. I'm doing what I think is making us happy based on conversations that we've had, but you got a whole new expectation that you ain't even introduced into the conversation. And you like, well, you a man, you should just, no, I'm not a mind reader. I'm a man.
So
come on.
Not discussed before marriage? Like, this is blowing me.
Well,
you'd be surprised.
They're not discussed because I believe that I believe some people have what they have in their heart, what marriage is supposed to consist of. And what I mean by that is like, okay, listen, let's just say you and I, right? There was a group of friends I didn't like you hanging with. I might not say nothing as your boyfriend, but as your husband, I'm like, you can't be hanging with them no more. Now, I could have told you that before I said, will you marry me? Because it was already in my heart, but I didn't. But since I'm your husband now I feel like I have this hierarchy in your life.
Yeah.
Right? Now, you can't be doing that no more. Now, you can't be going over your mama's house all that. Now, you can't be doing. Now, you can't be helping you. But but these are discussions that I should have had before marriage, or I should have just said, no, we can't be married because I have to accept it. Listen, there are certain things that, of course, I don't think there's too many things, in my opinion, that changes from the time you say, will you marry me, to the time you get married. Does that make sense? Like, if you having sex, because that's one of the only things you shouldn't be doing. If you already having sex, then what else should you not be doing? Does that make sense? What else should really change from us getting married? Because we were doing everything before we got married, right?
Yeah.
So if you wasn't withholding sex, then there's nothing else, in my opinion, that should change. I don't believe that there's a button that you flip when you say I do, other than now you ain't a player no more. Yeah. I believe that. But yeah, so to answer your question, those conversations do not happen because it's an expectation that's secretly had, right? To throw on you, like, nah, because now you can't leave.
After I got you locked in. Yeah, I got you locked in. Yeah. So there's a great comment. Amber says submissive behavior is underrated and over expected. It's underrated. And listen, I'll let me sprinkle my little 2 cents on it. Submissive behavior is underrated because a lot of women feel that being submissive is a weakness. Yeah. I made a post a long time ago. I said submissive women really control men. Like you can get your man to do whatever you want him to do in femininity. Like I shouldn't feel like me and my wife are fighting, butting heads to find out who's the lead in the house, right? I shouldn't have to. And men, it's over expected. I know women say, yo, when the right man come along, I'll just naturally submit. I personally have a problem with that because that means your submissiveness can be turned off and on like a switch. Because again, I flip it and I say, what if a dude told you I'll be masculine for the right woman? When the right woman come along, I'll be masculine. Yeah. Y'all think we sounded like fools. Y'all think we sounded like fools. So if that's who you are, be it.
Be it.
No, just be it. But that's great though. It's underrated because it is. It's a huge power in a relationship. Just like a woman being a woman and a man being a man in a relationship is the ultimate recipe. The ultimate recipe.
That's good.
I mean, it is. And if I can add on to it, because I believe when women speak of submission, they're taking it from the Bible, in my opinion. Right? But the next part of that scripture is, husband, love your wives as Christ loved the church. So it's not like he gave himself for it. So it's not as if that marriage is simply the wife submitting. It's husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up. So I have to listen. The same way you're submitting, I have to give myself up for you. Right? I have to die for you. So when women say submission and they don't want to do it because they feel like it's somebody bowing down, no, that's not even what it is. It's just submitting, but I'm submitting to you as well, and I have to be willing to submit my life for you.
Absolutely.
It's not like it's you doing something as a wife and the husband ain't got to do it.
Nah.
No. We have to do just as much as the wife has to do. You know
yes. Yeah. And we should read the Bible in its proper context.
What scripture is that?
That's Ephesians.
Read the Bible in its proper context, that you may rightly divide the word of truth. Because a lot of times we'll take scriptures out of context to fit our conversation, and that's exactly the opposite of what the Bible meant by it. But again, like men like love your wives as Christ loved the church. There was nothing that Jesus didn't do or wouldn't do for us. He gave the ultimate sacrifice.
Unconditionally.
Yeah. No, brother. Listen, it said greater love has no man than this, that who would lay his life down for a friend. A friend.
So what are you gonna do for a wife?
What you gonna do for a wife? Crazy. Yeah.
That'll take you off, right? That'll take you out right there.
Yeah. Stop reading the Bible at surface level. I promise.
Taking notes. We still taking Billy notes.
Hey,
stop reading the Bible at surface level for sure.
For real. Counseling, right? I think counseling, not just together, but separately, right? Because you have your own traumas, I have my own traumas. You know, we do things based on how we were raised. We listen, we may believe the dysfunction that we live in is correct because we don't know it to be anything else than what we grew up to know.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And we bring that dysfunction into a marriage believing that that's what it is. Yep. So I believe people have to understand they get separate counseling, separate therapy before they get married and get therapy together. I think another big mistake is we don't understand who raised the person that we are married.
Come on.
Or you spending time, not with their mother and their father, because they might not have been the person that raised them. Or you spending time with the person that raised them.
Yep.
Do you know who? Because if you see that person, that's probably who you're marrying. You see their temper, you see their attitude, you see how they treat their spouse. I'm not saying it's 100% correct, but it's a great chance that the person that raised them is who you're marrying, or you'll be able to understand some of the traumas.
Yeah.
You'll be able to understand some of the triggers.
Yeah.
Right? If you understand how they were raised and who raised them, then you'll probably understand what will trigger them. Why they, or I know, listen, there are certain things that people do in marriages based on whether it's past relationships, but it's really based on their childhood. Right? Some people still live in a mind state of when I was in my mother and my father's house. They might be living 17 counties away, but their mind, their heart, and you got to think about it. I'm 40 years old. So I've been married to my wife 8 years, but let's just say I've been my mother and my father's son for 43 years. I've been a husband for 8. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I got more him in me than you know what I mean? So you have to understand that. So I don't think it's
really, yes, it's really diving into me. Maybe I act like my mom. That makes, ooh, Billy, come on, Landon.
Listen, I'm accidentally my father. You know, I may not be as smooth, near, but some of the good things and some of the bad things, I'm him. It's not on purpose. Yeah. But it's what I saw. Say with my mother. But go ahead.
And learn patience, people. Learn patience. Patience isn't just when I get fed up. That's not patience. It's not patience. Because if we as fellow believers, how about when God got fed up with us, he was like, you know what, I'm out of here. Patience, go. No. I said, what if?
What if, God?
Yeah, what if? Because like, we'll be like, all right, I done had it. But we expect people to give us grace and patience to get ourselves together. But we expect everybody to move along on our time when we want them to change something. That's not how it works. That was one of my things. I had to learn patience because I'm like, you should know this as an adult. Not necessarily, because it goes back to who raised them. Who raised them?
Listen,
you know what I mean?
It's all coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this in there. Integrity. Right. You know, I remember my first email password when I was like 18 was integrity. I didn't know what the hell it meant. I had to Google it. Right? I didn't know what it was. Listen, hey, I met a job and they told me sign up for an email. Listen, now it was a sign right above the computer, integrity. I'm like, yeah, that's 7 characters, right? That's good. That's weak. And I didn't understand that integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's around. But this goes back to what you were saying, LC. See, the thing about being patient is if you live in integrity. And what I mean by that is, if I don't forgive you, it's because I'm lying about the things that you may not know you have to forgive me for. Right? Like I'm pretending like I haven't done something to you secretly that you may never find out about. But if I live in integrity, then I have to understand that I have to be patient and forgive you, because even though you may not know about it, I did it. Or I'm going to do something on accident, on purpose, in anger, in attitude, and I'm going to need your forgiveness. So how dare me not forgive you? How dare me not be patient with you? Because one day, and it probably will be today, I'm going to expect and need your forgiveness and your patience. If I ain't living in integrity, I'm going to sit here lying like, no, I can't believe you did that. When I really should be saying, man, I can't.
I got you. Listen. Go ahead, Levine. I'll go after you.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Go ahead and cook.
That's really amazing that you use that example. So, side note, people know I do feet, and people ask me, Heather, I'm gonna be late. Oh my God, do you charge a late fee? No, because I'm going to be running behind one time, and I'm going to need your forgiveness. I do not charge a late fee. I said, girl, you have about 12 more minutes. Oh my God, yeah, because it's gonna be a time. I guarantee it that I'm going to need that same forgiveness and that same grace.
Yeah, come on, dude. So when you said I've probably done something secretly that you don't know about and will never find out about, so we're gonna call that level of integrity. So everybody knows I tell this story 1,000 times. In my marriage, I was unfaithful to my wife once, and I knew she would never find out about it. It was completely swept. But I felt like, as a person who is an advocate for don't take away their choices, I'm like, how can I tell everybody not to take away choices, but I'm taking away her choice by not telling her? So I sat her down and told her. I told her, this is exactly what happened, X, Y, and Z. This is it. Now, whatever choice you decide to make, I support it, because I know what I did was out of bounds. Was that my intention when it happened? Absolutely not. But needless to say, it happened. So here we are. And I told her, I said, as my wife, I feel like you deserve to know. Absolutely. Now, what you do with that information is completely up to you, and I support you 100%. I told her, I said, if you want to divorce me now, I support it 100%, because you did not deserve what happened.
Come on.
You didn't. And I had to eat it. I had to eat it. But I felt like now she has the opportunity to make an informed decision on what she wants to do.
Come on.
And that was, because that's it.
That's real.
Great integrity, Levine. Integrity is immaculate.
I stay in the mirror. Look, I stay in the mirror. I'm always trying to find ways to better me. Always.
Hey, come on. Absolutely.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
That's good.
Done the same thing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My intention is never to cheat on my wife. But like you said, I mean, listen, like
Yeah, bro.
So absolutely I would, and ironically, I get the question all there's a good friend of mine who used to check on me once every month and ask me, "Are you still faithful?"
Whoa.
He finally stopped.
Whoa.
He like, "Man, you still faithful?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still okay. I just want to make sure, because these people out here, they be tripping." I'm like, "Yeah." And so finally he said, "Why?" ain't nobody else. Listen, that's between you and your circle.
Yes.
But my answer was the integrity part, but also this is what I believe. Because I believe, and I could be 100% wrong, but it's just my belief, based on what I've seen, based on what I've heard, based on my experiences. A lot of people stay in marriages when the other person is unfaithful because they secretly being unfaithful, or because they publicly be unfaithful. And my thing is, first of all, I respect my wife, right? And I never have any intention to try to. Things happen, but I purposely try to make sure I'm not in a position to even be in that position, right? And also, I want to make sure that, let's just say, God forbid, she decides to step out. I want to consciously be able to forgive her because I'm forgiving you, not because I have to forgive you based on what you don't know about me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And I never want any, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to disrespect you. I don't want nobody walking up to her saying, guess what? No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely. If I made that mistake, I would absolutely tell her.
Yep.
Just like you said, for her to make a conscious
Yeah,
decision.
absolutely.
What do you want to do? How do you want to handle this?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? How do you want to handle it?
And then I think there's also a percentage of people who stay in relationships where they've been cheated on because they still want to uphold their part of the promise.
Come on.
Like, no matter what you do, like you said, Heather, look, I'm responsible for what I do.
Yeah.
Like, what happens over there, like, some people just want to honor their own promises. And to be completely honest, love can make you look stupid.
I will.
Love can make you look stupid because you will make decisions in love that you would never make just in a regular old situation. There you go. You will make it in love, but you would never make it in like. Because, I mean, the roots of love run deep. And until we learn, again, if we are believers in this building, the love that we're supposed to exhibit is the love that was shown to us. Now, do we hit the mark all the time? No. But we should be striving for it. You should not struggle with forgiveness as a believer.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
Oh, that's good. You shouldn't be.
Yeah. That's
because the Bible said if you don't forgive, how do you expect your Father to forgive? We can't get along with each other, but we say we love God. How can you love a God who you've never seen, but you can't love somebody that you see every day? It's impossible. Our relationships with each other are a direct reflection of our relationship with
God. Yes, Amber.
Period.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something I've realized too. Our relationship with our Heavenly Father mirrors sometimes our relationship with our earthly father.
It should be. Yeah, it should.
So if my earthly father wasn't really trustworthy, and it's hard for me to have a relationship with my Heavenly Father. So like you said, as a believer, I shouldn't struggle with that, but I think a lot of us struggle with that.
Absolutely.
Because our earthly father, we have issues, so we can't trust. Because like you said, how can I trust somebody I don't see when I couldn't trust a nigga?
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We put all our trust in the Lord. Oh, I trust him.
In the Bible, just like that, the word nigger, right?
Yeah. Right there, nigga, right there. Yeah. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
But
we got to go to counseling. We have to.
The crazy part is, I think, and I could be totally off base, Lord forgive me if it's wrong. I think there should be a translation of the Bible that correlates to how people talk in general.
Yes. And I'm gonna retire the N-word after this evening. My bad.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like
nobody to say it to me outside, so I ain't gonna say it.
I mean, because I feel like
there should be a translation.
There are a lot of people who shy away from the gospel because they don't get it. They don't get it. The King James, listen, as a seasoned believer, the King James still be throwing me for the loop sometime. I'll be like, let me go to the Message. The Message Bible is a good version. New Living Translation. It's regular speak. Yeah.
Have you seen that rapper 1K Few?
Yes.
Have you seen his translation of the Atlanta translation of the Bible?
Yes, bro.
It's good. It's good.
Hey, it's legit though. It's legit. It's legit. It's very hood. It's very hood.
There needs to be a translation.
Yeah,
I promise.
Yes.
Yeah.
This man, man.
Yes.
The Kansas City version of the Bible. I love it. You're not
The hood Bible.
sell couples. You know me, I can sit, man. I see it.
Yeah,
I see it.
Man, for real. When Noah was on 12th Street building the ark. Okay, anyway.
right.
Yeah.
Straight up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jesus is in the trenches. He was in the trenches.
Straight in the trenches, you know what I'm saying? He had just dropped off the popper.
And I wouldn't run up on Jesus because he keep it on it. On it. Straight up.
Head on a swivel.
Something
Right.
is wrong with both of y'all.
I'm just saying, no.
He had just turned the ribs in the water.
It's the truth, man. I promise it's the truth.
I want to say this other one. Go ahead.
12. Do you have more?
I'm gonna give you.
Oh, he got points over there.
I'm gonna give you.
I got 30 if you got time.
I'm gonna give you one more bullet point.
Okay.
Marriage is 100. It's not 50.
No, let's argue.
There we go. There we go.
That one for the, that's why
There we go.
that one for last.
There we go.
You want to say for last? Yeah, listen, marriage is 100 because it's 100% me, 100% her. It's not 50-50. It's not. It's 100% me,
Gotcha.
100% her. Right? So I have to give 100% of me. She gives 100% of her. It's not. And my wife gave me that. So I'm gonna give her credit.
Yes.
But a marriage is 100. It's not 50-50.
And stop getting it. Stop getting these relationships expecting people to complete y'all. Stop. Again, that's an unspoken expectation. People come into these relationships a third of who they should be, expecting once they get with somebody. Like, if you're pulling 2/3 from me to complete you, who is refilling me when I'm 2/3 down from filling you?
Come on.
That's good.
Good. That's good. And
when I feel that 100, yes, I feel it now. At first, I was going to argue, y'all. I feel
No, it is. It's 100.
I love that.
It's 100. I did have one more, but I think I'm gonna leave. I think I'm.
Nope.
Oh, but one more. It's just being who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the biggest mistake I think in dating is being who you are. Your imperfect. Because here's the thing about your imperfection is gonna come out one day. Don't pretend to be something that you're not. Don't pretend to be healed and you're not. Don't pretend to be, you know, grown in this area and you're not. Don't pretend to not have anger and you do. Don't pretend to not have habits and you do. Be who you are, where you are, to allow the other person to fall in love with who you listen. Because if the person can fall in love with who you are right where you are, then it's only up from there.
There you go. You go.
If you're pretending to be on a level that you believe they want you to be at, they're really not saying I do to you. They're saying I do to the person you pretended to be.
That's good.
So be who you are. Listen, be who you are. If your teeth ain't real, pop them out. Be who you are. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if that ain't your car, tell the truth. If that ain't your house, tell the truth. If you're depressed, tell the truth. Be who. Go ahead.
I'm about to take a step back and then go forward. Back to that 100. Listen, if I'm giving 100% of me and you're giving 100% of you, still be cognizant of the fact, us giving 100% of ourselves, we might still fall short in our relationship.
Come on.
We might still fall short. Just because I'm giving my all and you giving your all, we might still fall short in this thing that we in. So we just have to be cognizant of that and make consolation for one another. Like when I fall short, don't jump on my case. Figure out how we can get me back to where I need to be. And I do the same for you. But it's too much competition in relationships now where it's like, please.
Hey, can I say this too? Back to, I'm going to double back.
Get on that.
And understand what my 100 is. All right. So I may have a deeper level in this area, but okay. So let's just say in one area, my wife's 100% may be 1,000 compared to mine, right? Because my 100 is only 2%. That's all I have to give in that area. Understand and don't discount my 100% in that area because you can do this greater, right? Because I have something greater that I can do than you. So understand what listen, I'm giving you the best I have in every area, but don't discount the best that I have in that. Does that make sense?
It makes 100% sense. I'm telling you. I'm giving my 100. This my like in relationships. Anybody that I've ever been in a relationship with knows Lavandon is terrible at planning. Listen, my planning skills are in the trash. Okay, but probably no, mine is way worse. I won't even try to plan because I don't want to mess it up. Now, Gage will plan some stuff and then tell you after it's already confirmed. And you know what? But like, I'm horrible at planning, but I'll pay for it. Yeah. Listen, I'll pay for it. Look, baby, you want to go out? Where do you want to go? Don't let me pick it, because if I say we're going to Applebee's, you're gonna be like, I don't want no Applebee's. Pick what you want, and we gonna go. I'll pay for it. So please, please. And then there was something else that you said that I was coming back to. Yeah, for the one time. What was I going to say? For the one time. Never mind. We gonna come back to it.
Come back to it. It is. Really good.
Well, praise his name. God is good. Dang, I had it.
It's okay.
You get it.
It's good.
Come back to you. Real quick, guys. Thank y'all for tuning into the living room. This is
show.
Y'all want to go back later and read. I'm gonna really push this one. Like I never keep it.
Don't love the idea of someone, love that person.
We got so many questions that Billy, if you have time, we'll
listen, the comments been cracking.
I see your comments, you guys. We'll go back to them as we can. I just didn't want to interrupt and stop because I don't want to mess up the flow. Please don't think that I ignored your comment. I was reading it inside, and so I'm sorry, but thank you guys for coming. We got Billy.
Step up for each other. Shout out to Billy Banks for the one time, people. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Billy.
Listen, don't be trying to read my notes because it's not a game.
Better get you.
Okay, so Billy, what do you find unforgivable in a relationship? Like, nope, I can't forgive it. I cannot forgive. This is for everybody.
What you mean for everybody?
I mean, I said it's not only for you. This is for Lavandon as well. Man,
so you mean in marriage?
Mm-hmm. Yes, in marriage. What is the one thing she can do? You like, nah, I just can't. I ain't moving past that. So for me, it's stealing.
Stealing.
Because I'll give you everything. You do not have to steal. Yeah.
Man, that's a hard one. So 4 or 5 years ago, I probably would have said cheating. 4 or 5 years ago, but I ain't gonna say that now because no. I'm gonna say nothing. Honestly, man, I'm going to say nothing is unforgivable right now. Whether or not we stay together is different.
Boy, brother, you better say something because I'm just coming right with that.
Stay together is different. You know what I'm saying? But I believe we would. I don't believe anything is unforgivable. Don't believe. You know what I'm saying? As crazy as that may sound,
everything should be forgivable.
My family.
I know there's some things that I believe I would never do, but there's some things that you never know you won't do until it's easy to say you'll never do it if you're not in the situation to make a decision.
There you go.
To do it, right?
There you go.
Like a person because I'll never do that. Okay, if you've never been in that crossroad to make a decision between doing it or not, then you really can't say that.
If you hit my
mama, it's fun.
You know how many crackheads and meth addicts said they would never do it?
Yeah.
You feel me? They say they would never do it. They're not there because they said they would.
Nope. They were just put in this situation.
Yeah, nothing is unforgivable. Like I said, can we move past it? Can we stay together? No. I don't know. I don't think there's nothing that I could not forgive her for.
See, and that's one of the reasons why, and I agree, 100% agree. Like, I'll forgive you for whatever. Now, whether we stay together afterwards, because again, for me, I've always made a vow to myself. I would leave a relationship before I allowed that relationship to make me insecure. I would leave it because in my teenage years, I had a spell of insecurity and I know how it felt. So I refuse to feel that way. And I refuse to subject you to the after effects of my insecurity because it wouldn't be fair to you. You know what I mean? I'm not about to isolate you because I feel a certain way. No way. So now, whether we be together, that's completely different. Probably not, just depends. But like, how can I address this in a positive manner? I'll say this. Nothing's unforgivable. Like I said, nothing's unforgivable. But I think men have a harder time getting over like they woman being with another dude.
Right.
I heard I heard a podcast earlier and I'm gonna just he said his woman cheated on him and he said the determining factor of whether he stayed or not, he was like, did you give him some head?
Did he finish?
And he said her answer to that determined whether they stayed together or not. And she said she didn't.
He's a liar.
So they stayed together. Hey, whether she lied or not, it worked. They stayed together.
She gonna take that one to the grave because she probably was teaching the wind how to blow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add on. Hey, for real.
I swear.
To this, I would say when it comes to unforgiveness, I would say the one thing to me that would probably determine if we could stay together would be if that situation was one where you tried to destroy me.
Right? Yeah, to get back. Yeah.
You can make a mistake and it may hurt me, but you probably hid it. Right? Even if you cheated, you were trying to hide it. But if you're purposely trying to destroy me, I can't be.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's right. That's not a mistake. You're making a conscious decision for whatever reason, that you really want to destroy me, break me down, leave me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, if you're trying to destroy me, man, I gotta go.
Now, another thing, fellas and ladies. Now, in no way am I advocating for anybody to cheat
at all.
But please take inventory of what you may be neglecting in the relationship, because it's very possible that your mate did not intend to cheat. They just latched on to something outside of the relationship that you weren't providing in it.
Absolutely.
You weren't providing in it. Now, if she just latched onto it or he just latched onto it and jumped in the sheets, that's completely different. But if there's been a constant bringing up of things that I need in the relationship that you're not fulfilling. Now, should I leave? Absolutely. But most of the time, people won't leave their relationships because they have something that they want to keep here. They're just missing certain parts that you aren't providing. So just please take inventory, people. Take inventory and make sure that you have been crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and semicolon where it belongs. Go ahead.
Really quick, I seen a comment that said head goes with sex, and so I'm gonna tell y'all, fellas.
See that they gave him, they did.
She sucked his dick so because she's trying to impress him. She's doing her big one. She's talking about giving head.
She might be mad at you.
Oh yeah, if you step out the house, you pulling out all the stops.
She gave him so much good head. She was outside of her body, like.
Heather, you are listen. If we see the news tomorrow and 9 women were killed, it's your fault.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
She gonna take that to the grave because she know that's the one thing that you gotta take that one to the grave.
Yeah. Janae said, I got cheated on by someone I truly loved. And my first question was I not enough? I promise you, in a lot of cases, that's not the case. Like in my case in particular, that was not the case. I called myself trying to help someone, putting myself in that position, not knowing that this individual had ulterior motives in mind. I had to learn through the course of that situation, I can't be available to everybody. Like, cause I want to fix everybody's problems. I want to talk to everybody. I want to, yes, if you're going through a hard time, I'm the person you can talk to. I realize I can't be that for everybody because everybody doesn't take your support or being supportive as genuine support. They take it as something else, or they may fall in love with your advice. They fall in love with your advice. Like, why couldn't my dude? I had somebody ask me that question one time while I was trying to help him, and I said, you know what? This is our last conversation. Oh, this is the last conversation.
What's up, LeVan? It's phone pipe.
Greg, what's up, bro? Yeah, but that, like, once somebody asked me that, why couldn't my man do? That's our last conversation.
Yeah.
That's it. Because now I know that you're looking outside of that for something in me that you will never get.
Yeah.
You will never get.
We love to say that. So that's when a woman asks you that, you already know what she on.
Hey Billy, close the app out and I'm gonna bring you back in because it says I can't add you.
Yeah. She gobbled. Like we'll get back to these comments, y'all. I still have. This is so good. I still have maybe 7 more questions.
Oh, we Gucci.
8 more questions. Like, this is so good. And I did not expect anything less from Billy. I knew when I gave him that topic, I already knew it. Because don't forget, y'all follow him. What's up, Dallas, Texas?
Yeah. Hey, he used to be here.
Shout out to Dallas.
Yep.
Make sure you guys share this live. It's so informative. I'm going to share it a few times because this was really helpful for me, like in some stuff. Yes, that's the point. You are the target. What, LeVan, what you shaking your head about a comment?
She said, but I had to have had some type of attraction to her. Like, this particular individual, I had never, like, we hadn't had any encounters. Like, literally, I didn't even know her.
Cute.
She was cool. Yeah. Not, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I just had to ask you.
God is good. You know what I mean? God is good.
Listen,
You just swiped out. You swiped out. Don't swipe. That'll get you every time. Don't swipe.
Like the rapper.
I didn't swipe this. But I did want to add on to the young lady that said she wasn't enough. I do want
She asked, was she enough? Yeah.
So there's different types of cheating. Mm-hmm. Some people cheat just because they're going to cheat. Some people cheat because they're doing bad and personally, right? And they just want to feel better. But some men cheat because you're not giving them enough of what they ask for. See, we talk about love languages, and maybe this is kind of what it is, but you can make the mistake of giving someone what you believe they deserve and never asking.
They never ask for it. Right? They never ask.
Never asking. I remember this. I remember again back in the 1800s when I dated this lady. And this is so, to me it was stupid, but this was her logic. I remember paying somebody to cut her grass, right? And never really said thank you. And then one time, one of her relatives cut her grass, and she praised them all on Facebook, Instagram, MySpace, whatever was out. And I'm like, damn, what's up? I mean, I didn't been paying to get your yard cut. And she said, but I asked you to do it. Somebody, that's cool. And I'm saying that to say, like, something so small as that, to me, that's an example of, you can be buying somebody all these gifts, and they're saying, listen, I just want your time. You could be spending all this time, and they're like, I just want you gifts. If you're not giving the person what they're asking for, and you can believe you're a good girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife because of what you provide and what the people at work tell you, but have you taken the time to really ask the person that you're with, what is it that you want from me? Because you could be saving listen, you can spend all this money and get divorced and be like, man, I spent all this money. And she like, I didn't want none of the money. We didn't need this big house. I'm cool with the apartment we started in. I just wanted your time. So please understand who you're with and ask them, what do they want from you? Because you may be running yourself ragged in the ground trying to provide and trying to do something for somebody, and all they're asking from you is something totally different than what you're doing. And that's when cheating starts sometimes. My bad.
Oh, she said, what if you are? Then what is
question the other day, Billy?
What's that?
What is it? How can I help you? He said, just hold me accountable. When you see me spending frivolously, and he said, tell me, Heather, I need you to hold me accountable. When you see me trying to buy some Jordans or something, because he's a big
listen.
Y'all talking to
back like, but now I want to see you in them. You deserve them. He's like, listen, I need you to hold me.
I got a problem.
Hold me accountable, Heather. Yeah. Oh, I that was a good one. Because I thought he was going to,
We super simple, y'all. We're not, to be completely honest, men are super simple.
Absolutely.
We are the simplest. We don't need big, extravagant. Like, again, you doing what you think I need or what you think I want. But to be completely honest, I just, you know what I'm saying, just lay in the bed and let's rub our legs together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a heated blanket. You all the heat I need. You know what I mean? Just tell me. Talk to me. Instead of asking all of your girlfriends that ain't happy what you should be doing, ask your man. Ask your man what makes him happy. Stop trying to please your girlfriends by what you doing with your man. Stop trying to please your girlfriends by what you do with your man.
Miss Amber, we are that simple. Go ahead.
I took my man out the country. I took him out the country, girl. But now you get home and you making payment arrangements. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? You borrowing money to go out of town. You can't afford to take a trip. You know what? If you can't afford to go out the country, drive up to St. Louis.
Go to
St. Louis. Let's take a road trip. Let's go to Chicago. We can spend time in the car together. Figure out, like, we spend so much time away from each other because we, like, a lot of us work, you know, some of us run our own businesses. Like, take some time to spend time so you won't waste time. Oh, ghost.
Write it down. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. That's
some time to spend time so you don't waste time.
I ain't writing on that.
And Miss Amber, let me say this.
Just take some time.
Take some time. Miss Amber, if the man is not as simple as you think we are, what we're saying we are, it's because that man didn't know what he wanted.
Come on. Uncertainty.
Once you know what you want, you're simple.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, most men want sex,
sandwiches, and submissiveness. That's it. I promise you.
Sandwiches, submissiveness.
That's it. I promise you. It's just that simple. Like, I don't.
Maybe we clean house.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen,
absolutely.
I'm not saying the man ain't gonna clean, but all he's saying is clean up your mess. I believe, you know, we are very simple.
Yes. And see me, I'm different. Like me, I don't mind. Like I do the laundry. Like I do laundry every week. Every week I wash, fold, and iron. That's all I do. I wash clothes, I fold, I put them away, and I iron my work clothes every week. I don't mind washing dishes. I don't mind cleaning up. To be completely honest, I would prefer doing it before I let somebody else do it. Like even when I was married, my wife didn't wash my clothes. No, she was like, "I'm your wife. Let me wash your clothes." One time. She did it one time. That's it. That was it. So I'm very involved. I don't mind playing the team role. Like it's us against the world. Like I understand certain things. There are certain things I would never let my woman do. You would never catch me let my girl take out trash. She ain't shoveling snow. She ain't doing none of that. She ain't doing none of that. But sweeping this floor in the kitchen shouldn't be off limits for you. Like, I come home from 12-hour shift and it's leaves on the floor. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, sweep that in. So I don't require much. Take care of what's in your hands, and I promise you I'm gonna take care of the rest. I promise you I'm gonna take care of the rest.
And listen, and that goes back to the beginning. Those conversations need to be had. Yep. What are the expectations? What are the roles? What are the gender roles? Do you want me to take out the trash? You cool with it? Who's sweeping? Who mopping? Who like having those conversations can save a marriage and make a relationship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There, y'all, we gotta go.
Buying expensive purses. Yeah, please. Let's scroll back to the comments. Let me see.
Scroll because I'm at
it. Hold on, I got a lot of scrolling to do, woman.
Yeah, so we don't have to. We can just grab a couple questions because I still got 809. So there's a lot of. Thank you for
listen, I'm home, so I ain't got to drive nowhere.
Listen,
I just got to crush my way up the stairs.
And you give and do what he wants, and it's still not enough.
And that's a him problem.
That's a him problem. That means it was never going to be enough. Or that means, Miss Nicole, if I could ask you, have you truly listened to what he's asking? And if you have, then as El said, that's a he problem.
That's a him problem.
You was never going to get enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, listen, some people cheat for different reasons. Some people cheat just because they always going to cheat. Right? Again, go back to the history. Was his daddy a cheater? Was his uncle a cheater? Who was around his life that told him what a man is? Because to some of us, a man is as many women as you can have. If you can afford it, then you need to go conquer it. Even if you can't afford it, go conquer it. So you have to understand the logic and who raised him to understand who he is. Now, I'm not saying everybody, stays in that zone, but 9 out of 10 times, if that's just who he is, that's just who he is. And I would venture off to say that you probably knew that before you.
Oh, yeah. So one of the questions was, and I just found, it said, what if the man communicates with family and friends more than you?
In my opinion, you haven't been a good confidant. Or he doesn't feel like he can express who he is, judge, or without being seen as someone weaker than you see him as, right? Because from a man's perspective, if I can talk to you and you receive it with grace and I can't believe you, you know what I mean? When you start doing all that, or why would you, when you start this is what I realize in communication. I don't have to agree with what you're saying. I just have to try to understand it, right? I just have to receive it and understand it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I think the best example, there's a movie called Bringing Down the House with Queen Latifah, right? And Steve Martin. And there was a scene in that movie where the daughter snuck out and went to a party. And the father, Steve Martin, had to go get his daughter from the party. And Queen Latifah said, somebody said, I'm not an actor. Okay, no, he's talking about the other girl. Okay. And he had to go back and get his daughter from the party. And Queen Latifah said, listen, if you go in here, you raising your voice, and you screaming and hollering, she'll never tell you anything again.
Nope.
And he went in there and he said, sweetheart, what's going on? And I'm not mad at you. I understand. Just tell me what happened. And she told him everything and all her inner thoughts. And that's true in every relationship. Yes, right?
Absolutely.
When it comes to a man, if a man comes to you and he's communicating how he feels and what's going on, you really only have 1 or 2 times to receive it. If you go to the left with it, you tell somebody else about it, if you throw it back in his face, if you hollering at him and you're not receiving it, if he's bringing something to you and instead of you receiving it, you want to bring up what he didn't do, you'll never have communication with him again.
Let me tell you.
Almost like with children as well. Some people ask me, Heather, why are you and your kids so close? And not that I don't discipline, but I know you burnt that house down. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. This is bad. Like what you did is bad. Let's talk. And I've never had a teacher call me and tell me something about my kids I didn't already know. You know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
I'm kind of like that with I am with my sons.
Yeah. And
that's the same way in relationship.
And also stop weaponizing what was told to you in confidence when you guys get into an argument. Like I had it happen. I had it like for real. I'm gonna give you a real life scenario. This happened to me. So everybody who knows me knows I didn't know my dad for I didn't meet my dad till I was 12. So of course, I had a bunch of bad teachers, if you will. You know what I'm saying? They kind of gave me some off kilter advice that I kind of ran with, but by the grace of God, I got around some real dudes as I got older to kind of help me reshape how I thought. So in this particular relationship, I explained this to them like, yo, this is the situation. I didn't know my dad. So which in turn is going to make me a better father because I knew what I was lacking as a kid. So instead of using that to be terrible, I used it to become like the dad that I am. In that moment, we got, had a little disagreement. And it was said, you know what? I could teach you something because you wasn't raised with two parents and I was. Maybe I can teach you something. You didn't know your daddy, but I did. And I promise you, the valve of that communication closed up immediately. Immediately. Like in situations like that, I don't really respond. Like I'll give you a for real. For real?
Now that is our insert this.
I thought it because it's like don't throw back at me, especially when I struggled to tell you. Now that was going to be your response. I promise you I won't talk to you again. I promise you.
Come on. Can I ask this off the subject on the subject?
Yeah.
This goes in relationship, in friendship, in anything in life, right? But especially relationship. You can always say it later. You can never take it back. Whatever you feeling in anger, whatever you feel, listen, you can always say what you're going to say tomorrow, but you can never take back what you said today.
Yeah.
No.
Gotta tread lightly. Listen, there are people like you said that would there are people that in marriage and relationship that have never got over the one time that you said your mama was a crackhead.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it wasn't a lie, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't a lie, but it's something that you shouldn't have said in the midst of an argument.
No.
You can always say something later. You can never take it back. Okay. And too often in relationship, we believe we're enemies at the moment when we're angry, right? Because I'm saying what you did wrong, you have to say something I did wrong and not receive what I'm saying. We're not enemies. I'm having a conversation about what I feel is wrong. You're having a conversation about what you feel is wrong. It doesn't mean you don't have to one up me and try to negate what it is I'm saying wrong by bringing up what, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We got to stop doing that.
And, one more.
Come here.
And also establish your own space for telling me what you don't like. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean. If I bring something to you like, yo, Heather, I really didn't care for the way you said that to me. And you're like, well, I didn't care for last week when I asked you. You know what I mean? Like, if that was your problem last week, we should have talked last week.
Yeah.
But don't wait until I have a problem with what you do, or you'll try to one up me like that ain't nothing compared to what you did to me.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I'm not gonna have nothing else to say about that either.
Come on. That's real talk. For real. Real. That's real talk. Receive it right now.
Yeah.
Let's deal with what I got, what I'm saying. And then in 2 days from now, if you want to bring up that I did the same thing or you didn't like something else, let's talk about that. Yep. But let's solve what we got on the table right now.
Yeah. That's good.
Let's talk. Yeah. Listen, I'm here for long. We hit till midnight.
So we're on number 12. What do you, and I asked this a lot on the show, what is Billy's definition of cheating?
Man, cheating, anything. I was going to say this, but people will try to twist it, right? Because I was going to say anything that you feel you wouldn't do, but somebody going to pretend like, well, I ain't got no problem. I believe cheating is exactly what you know it is.
My guy, my zine.
Does that make sense? Like we got to put, because people try to pretend. Listen, cheating is, I'm with you. I'm committed. There's no reason I should be in it. Listen, okay, I put it like this. These are true stories.
Mm-hmm.
You get them random text messages on your phone, like, well, maybe I do, but it'd be like somebody text me every now and again, what time is dinner tonight? And I'd be like, you got the wrong number. Oh, this ain't Emily.
No, bro, all the time. I just got one today. So how was work? I ain't even got your numbers. Be gone.
Phone, I hand it to my wife.
Yep. But like,
get a random inbox on Facebook, I'm gonna hand it to my wife. You handle it. Because I don't want to have any confusion.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer any inboxes. I don't want to reply to no text messages, right? I don't want to entertain. Listen, okay, I put it like this. I had a female friend of mine who was only hitting me up for advice, but she couldn't tell who she was with, that she was talking to a gentleman about it. And I told her, if he don't know, don't message me no more.
Don't message me.
Because now I'm in a situation, we're in a situation where it's going to seem like you cheating with me.
Exactly what it is. It looks really crazy. It looks crazy. Yep. Yeah.
If I can't bring it to my wife, if I can't do it in front of my wife, if I can't show my wife, if I can't ask my wife, I'm cheating.
Yep, that's my answer. If it's that I cannot do in front of
you. If I gotta hide whatever I'm doing, if anything I'm doing was with the opposite, if I have to hide it, I'm cheating. I'm cheating. Does that make
Yep. And there was a comment that said, also don't try to make me talk about a topic I'm not ready to discuss. It won't go well. Yep. Don't force the communication, people. Give somebody space to prepare for the conversation.
That's what I'm working on.
Give them space. Give them space.
He's in the call and I start texting. So what you said was that yes. And then it goes to the left.
It goes left. It goes left.
Yep. Give me a moment, I'm gonna call you back. Not never.
But I'm just saying. I'm saying that's very wise though too. That's very wise because especially if it's a heated topic, give it some space to breathe. Yeah, give it some time to breathe, and we can come back because that's me. Look, if I see you, I'm gonna be in the other room when you're ready to talk because I don't do the arguing, the whole back and forth. And if you're with an arguer, the fact that you don't argue makes them want to argue more. So me, I'm gonna be in here in complete and utter peace and silence. And if that don't work, I'll hop in the whip. I'll drive around. You know what I'm saying? Give you some time to cool off because nothing's gonna get accomplished.
Argument, because where you going?
So you just go in.
See, that goes back to how they were raised and the insecurity. A lot of those, that's coming from them hearing the screams and the ruckus upstairs. Nobody's going to bed until the windows is busted.
Yeah.
So they get with you and they feel like, wait a minute, what you mean we ain't gonna finish this conversation? Because that's how
this is all I saw growing up. So this is effective communication.
This how we handle it. And the insecurities kick in because listen, some people believe you stopping the communication is you don't love me, you don't care, and you're going to leave me because I'm used to us battling this thing out until listen, we're gonna come to an agreement or a disagreement or we're not going to sleep. Forget work tomorrow.
Yeah, facts.
We're going to argue about this. So you gotta know it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that's part of it. That's part of it. Yeah.
I didn't love her because I wouldn't scream and shout and curse her out. Yeah, some women, we have to work on that, ladies. All that yelling and screaming is so unnecessary and it drives men away. I still battle with not necessarily screaming and yelling, but like he said, I have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. So yeah. So I got the next question. You answered that one. How much personal space, Billy, do you need in your relationship? Do you need any at all?
Okay, when you say personal space, well, I guess if you can
like a long time. A long time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I need a long time to process. Sometimes, so I'm a talker, but there are moments I just want to be silent. You know what I'm saying, and just kind of receive and hear from the Word of God and process what I need to be working on and process what she told me, process what the kids need. So I don't necessarily need I don't need a long time away from home. I just need a long time in home. Right? So I need a long time and most of the time I take my alone time before everybody wakes up. I wake up early 4 a.m. because, I need some time with no distractions. But my wife is very cool. She respects it. I mean, I can have a long time. Listen, I'll sit in the back patio, have a cigar with a homeboy or, you know what I'm saying? Or just sit on the porch and read a book or whatever, or try to read a book because I ain't to read like that. Yeah, so listen. I like listening to music. I'll sit outside, listen to some music, and just chill out. So I need a long time, but I don't need to be away from home.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense? I just need a moment to process, unwind every now and again. You know what I'm saying? But that's it.
That's good. So the question, Lavanna, was how much personal space does he need, or away time?
Away is in like away from her, out of her presence.
Just yeah.
Like just away from her in general.
Which personal space do you need in your relationship? So do you need do you go to your lab or your studio?
Yeah, like this is my personal space. Like I'll come in here and I'll hang out for hours, but at the same time, I don't mind you coming in here with me. Like I don't mind. Like you can come in here and sit and listen to some tracks with me, but like there are times where I would just come in because again, I love being in here. This is kind of what I love to do. Now, if you leave me alone and let me in here, cool. But if you wanted to come after I've been in here for a little bit, if I'm in here for an hour and a half, and you like, I'm like, come on in.
Yeah.
Or like if I'm not in the middle of something important, I'll be like, oh my bad, I didn't even realize. Oh, yeah. I'm on my way. We about to come rub feet. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I do. And clap.
Yeah. Clap.
Somebody gonna practice a baby.
Oh no.
Baby. Brian says if they're itching drama, refer them probably to a therapist.
Yeah. Hey, can I say this to somebody? One of the dudes at my church had on a T-shirt yesterday that said "Jesus and therapy."
Hey, for real.
That's a good one.
But this is good. But this is what I learned too, though. Somebody taught me this. I can't remember who it was, so I can't give them credit. I apologize. But they said the fastest way to get someone else in therapy is you go to therapy.
Facts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
So I can tell you to go to therapy. You may be mad at me, but if I go because therapy may help me understand why I'm even tripping off what you do.
Yeah.
To not trip off what you do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's a good one.
Oh, come on, Holy Ghost. So some of us, therapy helps us get to the root of things, right? Helps us get to the root. Have you ever, like, this is for the gardeners. For the gardeners, before you lay down any kind of rock or something, most people will put down a little plastic, like a tarp.
That little black thing.
Yeah, they'll put it down and put the rocks on top of it. So what that does, it'll smother out the grass to keep it from growing. But most of the time, the roots are still intact, so the grass grows under the tarp. And we've gotten so accustomed to tarping our traumas that we think that they don't exist anymore, but the roots of them are still, just because you can't see the grass, don't mean it's not under the tarp. And we've gotten so accustomed to tarping our traumas that we think people don't see them. And then as soon as they pull that tarp back, they're going, all them traumas that we tried to hide from them, but they find that stuff out later on when they well invested.
So you saying we need to dig the roots up and till it.
Promise you. Yes, sir. Indeed.
Man, that was a good one. That you know me in your bag. You went to you that was it. You was in your
Oh, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Man.
So we're gonna sidetrack a little bit. No. Who's your biggest influence, Billy?
Ooh.
I got a good question. It's one of my favorites.
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
Because I have so many. That's a hard question. I would say, who's my biggest influence? I've had so many through life, right? Too. So I don't know. I've had so many through life. You know, from my sister, God rest her soul.
Yeah.
You know, my mother's an influence. You know, so I can pull from different things. My mother was a no excuse, hard working. Listen, she's never driven a car a day in her life, but we got to where we needed to go, right? She never made a lot of money, but we got what we needed. So she's an influence when it comes to listen. Doesn't matter what happened, get up off your, my father, I've never really seen my father yell, scream, and argue, right?
Right.
He's an influence. You know, I call them my godparents. They don't like it when I say that, but I believe they were sent to me by God, right? But they are the most forgiving and loving people, right? Listen, I told them a long time ago, whenever I think of, before I make a bad decision, I would always think of them and what they were thinking. Right. So they've been influences. And I mean, so I just had so many influences throughout my life in different areas that have taught me different things, and I've seen different things. You know what I mean? So, and it's hard to say one person. I've had so many people in my life that have dropped seeds, showed me different things. Listen, I got my brother Tim Davis, David Dunn, Sam Parker. I have so many people that, John Batiste, man, listen, I have
shout out to
Jonathan Bass. I can name a laundry list of people that have truly just poured into my life and showed me different areas, man. My brother that passed away, Jason Matthews. Oh my God, Big J for those that know him. My dog, major influence. So man, so different people have shown me different things in life. And I remember the one thing that somebody taught me, I think it was Tim. And I passed this along to other people. One of the biggest things he said is everybody can't be everything. This person may teach you this. This friend may be good for that. And you have to know where to put people.
Yes.
So I've had so many different, you know what I'm saying? So there's so many different people that have shown me so many different things. Man, my wife is such a major influence in my life. Such a major influence. You know, my sister Katrina, listen, man, I can name 100,000 people, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just say the different people that I've met throughout my life have been an influence in some form and some fashion. To get me where I, you know what I'm saying? To get me where I am. So I can't name one person. It's a lot of people.
I love that response. Lavanna, who's your influence? I know.
Again, I got a few. First and foremost,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother.
Say your name. Started to my heart, not my head. Go ahead.
So my grandmother, first and foremost. So my grandmother is responsible for teaching me how to treat people. Like my grandmother she always was a big proponent of always treat people right, even if they never return the favor. Like always. So I don't treat people how I treat them based on how they treat me. You know what I'm saying? I just treat them anyway because I feel like it's my responsibility. Of course, my mom, like I was raised by a house full of women. You know what I'm saying? My mom, my grandma, my aunt, like all of them big influences. They really taught me what it means to like hold a family together. You know what I'm saying? They held it down. My cousin Greg, he was a big influence. He's the one that taught me about the lady. Shout out to Greg, the GOAT MVP. Shout out to Greg. Let me see. Bishop Bolton.
Yeah.
Bishop and Lady Bolton, huge influences. I met them when I was 18. Like huge influences. Taught me what it is to be a man. Taught me all of those manly characteristics, how to be responsible, how to take care of your money. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. Tellis. Shout out to my dog Tellis, man. Tellis, business extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? Like Tellis taught me a lot. Tellis taught me what it really means to be a brother. Like Tellis is the brother that Tellis is the brother that I never had. Tellis is the brother that I never had, ever had. Coolest dude in the world. I say it a million times. Everybody need to tell us in their life. Everybody need to tell it.
In their life.
You know what I'm saying? Like my sister Rashida, she played a huge role in my upbringing, like in my latter years, like teens, early 20s. You know what I'm saying? She helped me get my focus right. And she was one of the people that pushed me to go back to school. You know what I'm saying? Because I had dropped out of high school. Some people don't know that. I dropped out of high school at the end of my junior year. She was one of the people that pushed me to go back to school. So it's like I have a huge ball of people, and I'm sure there's tons more. But you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have one influence. Like everybody picks up influences along the way. And I'm appreciative.
Let's have one person.
Yeah. Appreciative for everybody that influenced the boy for the time.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Yeah. So I'm gonna say my biggest influence, and like you said, I can go on this person, but the one person probably was my mother. And I'm gonna say this: my mother had me. I'm talking about gave birth to me at 42.
Dang.
So by the time I get to high school, she's in her 50s and 60s. Yeah. So but she wasn't one of those mamas. She had her speak with elegance. She taught me at 50, and I'm in high school. So at the parent teachers conference, they like, who grandma? That's my mama. Yeah.
Hey, but her pictures look like she that type though. Her pictures look like that picture that you got.
Yeah, I was so ashamed because everybody got these young hot moms, and my mother but she was still pretty, but she was just older. And I thank God that she was able to instill in me older stuff. And I'm 20, she's 50, 60 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when she died, she's like 80 years old. So shout out to, rest her soul. I did not understand. Why did you name me Heather? Because I didn't want you to be named Keisha and da-da-da-da-da. And I love
it was Gwen, right?
Gwen.
Shout out to Mama Gwen for the one time.
Yeah, God rest her soul. She had me. And she was like, oh my God, I'm 45 or 42 and I'm pregnant. But she's like, I didn't even know you were a girl, but it was just, she was influential with how I speak, how I am, how I look. She had blonde hair and she wore it the same way up until the day she died. Because why change it? If it works.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. She said, just wear it how you want to, be comfortable in you, is healthy. Yeah, so shout out to her. So yeah, she was the hugest. Yeah, and Lavanna is a very influential in my life. Works my soul, but very influential in so many ways. Yeah, both of you guys. Like I just love you guys both. So We're gonna stay stuck there. Okay. What is the biggest lie? And when she went to sleep, you know what?
We went outside
And did listen.
sneaking.
Mama would go to sleep and it was party time. Yeah, we probably was over there on college with Billy Neal.
I'm weak.
We was going around there. Yes. What is the biggest lie that people tell in a relationship? I love Lavander's response. I already know what his answer is. What's the biggest lie?
The biggest lie people say in relationships?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good question. The biggest lie. I'm gonna do better.
That's
I think that's
good.
the biggest lie. That's good. Most of the time, it's in the moment that you've made a mistake and you really don't have no intention to do it better. You say it because you want them to forgive you and move past it. But that's just really who you are. So I believe that's the biggest lie is I promise I'm gonna do better.
Have no intentions. No intentions.
You have no intention because this ain't the first time that you ever say it and it ain't gonna be the last. So I just think that's the biggest lie we say to them and to ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, biggest.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I think people lie about in relationships, in my opinion, is I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm
good. That's good, Brandy and Gage.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yep, I'm good. Because if you begin to say what's really the problem, it's going to go into a conversation that you really don't want to have, or you've already had and you're tired of having. So you just be like, I'm good. No, I'm good. For real, I'm good.
That's good.
Do you go in your little quiet space and decompress because you really ain't good? Men have mastered suffering in silence. We have mastered suffering in silence, which I think caused a lot of health problems, man. And I don't think that a lot of one of the major killers of men is everything cardiovascular related, heart, you know what I'm saying? Like those things, those issues are big. And I don't think it's all related to what we eat. Like we have learned to burden ourselves and function in dysfunction for so long that it begins to take a toll on our body, man. Like I literally was working around the clock, bro, to keep from going home. Literally. I worked from 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. every day. Every day. And I know it took a toll on my health. I know it did. But yeah, man, we've mastered suffering in silence. We talked about it yesterday because we got this men's thing that we just finished yesterday at the church. It's called Ground Zero. So it's 75 men. Yeah, 75 men we got together and we've had like these sessions like every month for like the last 4 months. And like one of the questions, I wish I had my paper in here. It asks like, what is one of the things that keeps men from being vulnerable with other men? It's like pride. And we were never taught to really be vulnerable because we've learned and we were taught to suck it up, be tough, keep it moving. And that takes a toll on us after a while, man. Yeah.
It takes a toll.
Yep.
Yeah, very true.
What you think, Heather? The biggest lie.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. Yeah, I think the biggest lie I think people say is I'm okay. I'm gonna tell you the biggest lie I tell. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't tripping. Me, I ain't tripping.
Listen, stumbling over your own feet. Stumbling over your own feet. Tell me I ain't tripping. Yeah, listen, over your own feet. Come on.
You forgot to call me back? Oh, shut up.
I ain't worried about it. Worrying.
Slide down this wall. I'm pacing the floor because you ain't calling me back. Yeah. I ain't tripping. So yeah.
Tripping.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Not 8 times out of 10 people when I ask them, they say I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine. You're the first to say I'm gonna do better.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask Can I ask something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
To what Elle was saying. So, and this is for the ladies. If I could challenge you to the man you're dating or the man that you're married to, if I could challenge you to tell him why you love him, because here's the thing. A lot of us, okay, so here's when it comes to a man. When it comes to a man, from a woman's perspective, you're taught, or even the first question that are on a date, does he have a home? Does he have a car? Does he have a job?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And I'm saying that not to say we shouldn't have that, but it's set for us to provide from the beginning. So as a man, when we can't provide for whatever reason, whether it's we're sick, we're laid off, a man can feel less than because from the very beginning, we're taught to suck it up, go to work, a man provides a man. So I'm saying that to say, as a woman, for that man to live longer, if you could pour into him and tell him what you love about him outside of him providing
Yikes.
to affirm that the reason that you're with him is not just because he can pay a bill, but because who he
Preach.
is. He might live a little bit longer. But go ahead, my bad.
I want to piggyback and ask a question too. Why is it that men are expected to act like husbands in the boyfriend stage, but women don't want to act like wives in that same stage? Because as soon as we ask of something, because again, like, I mean, it is what it is. Women expect men to jump off the porch with the money off the bat. But then you ask her to do something, and the first thing she gonna say, I ain't got no ring. I ain't your wife.
Yeah.
So why am I required to act like a husband during the dating stage and the boyfriend stage, but you can reserve all of your benefits for marriage?
That's a good question. I need the answer to that one. Come on.
Nothing. What they say? Come on, chat.
Come on, chat. Okay. I think it's a fair question.
Because we do expect those benefits. We want you to, yeah, that's really good. But for me, I think that I think I give wife, and I don't know.
Heather, you do overextend. I will say you do overextend, and I think
with everybody, I overextend.
You overextend. Like, and the crazy part is, like, to some people that will be a burnout. Like, I'm just tired of giving, and like, to be completely honest, you're gonna overextend for the right person, and then they're gonna overextend back, and you're gonna really know what it feels like for somebody to overextend for you for a change.
Yeah, I receive it, Lord.
Yeah. Because I mean, the guys are benefiting. You overextending like a mug. They're like, I got one.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, when you're able to feel the reciprocation of being overextended for, I promise you, you're gonna be like, where have you been my whole life? Where have you been my whole life?
And please make sure you don't change your heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody, because like he said, when you find the person that's worthy of the overextension, I hope that you're not to the point where you're like, I'm done extending.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Make sure you don't change your heart. Just change who you're giving it to.
Quarters boy.
Yeah. Y'all trying to make me cry, and I'm not.
Nah, it's real. It's real though. It's real though.
Next question. What advice would you give about women dating with kids? Like, when do you think that a woman should introduce the person she's dating to her children?
So I mean, I have mixed. Okay, I believe first and foremost, I don't think there's. Some people would say you have to do it immediately to know if the kids will, and so I think it just depends. I think when you know, I don't think it's something that necessarily. Okay, I put it like this. I don't believe they need to wait until they love each other. It definitely has to be before you cross the threshold of no turning back, right? So it has to be before then. But I believe it has to be somewhere between. I'm thinking about us committing, right? And but before we do that, you need to meet the kids. When it shouldn't be, I love you, we gonna be together, and then you meet the kids. Does that make sense? It has to be before, so you know, and he knows if because if you've never been a stepfather or a bonus father, right? And again, the other part is the issue, and this is off the subject, on the subject, but what is your parenting, right? Right? What is your parenting? Do I agree with the parenting? And what the fathers of the children, what is his parenting? Yeah. I need to meet him too, for real. Because if I'm going to be stepping in this situation, I need to meet him to understand what his rules and regulations are, because I may come in with the belt and he like, don't whoop my kids. I have to make a decision. Do I want to move?
Yes.
Yes. That has to come into play for real. Yeah. It's not just
that could be a deal breaker in some situations.
Absolutely.
Oh Lord, yes.
It's not just about me and you. It's about okay, the other parents that are involved, if they're still living, if they're active in the child. Like, okay. And I talk to them as well, because I need to make sure that he's gonna be cool if I pull the bed out, and what's the procedure? Do I need to go? So I think all that has to come. It's very, but I think the timing important is before we saying I love each other, but we're like, you know what? I think this is going somewhere. But before we get to where it's going, I need you to meet my kids.
Yeah, I agree. If I may piggyback off my brother, ladies, stop trying to date if your kids are out of control, because bad children will run away a good man. I don't care how much he loves you. Your children become a barrier Yes, they become a barrier, and out of control kids will control y'all's relationship. And any man worth his weight in napkins is going to leave you where he found you.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Somebody said I wouldn't be cool if you try to put a bet out. See, that's good. That's good, Miss Jamie, that you saying that. But make sure you tell that man, right? Because you got to make sure if that's.
Look, we gonna get together, but you can't discipline my kids. Okay.
Yeah. So, do you feel like really the 90-day rule? You think it works at all? You think it's just what do you feel about the whole 90-day? I'm gonna make him wait 90 days. That
what
you wait 90
you mean 9 days? You talking about 9 days for sex or? So okay, I'm gonna give you the Christian answer, and then I'm gonna give you the worldly answer.
Okay.
So the Christian answer, and Lord forgive me, I ain't saying I waited, but I truly believe that I believe that it's important to wait, right? And I'm gonna say this. I believe it's important to wait at least until you know if you like the person.
Okay.
At least until you know if they're compatible and it can go somewhere, because good sex can confuse bad situations.
Brother, let me tell you something.
I may not be tripping. Listen, everything that you doing, I don't even like, but good sex is going. I'm gonna look. You know what, man? Maybe ain't all that bad.
They just about to have you turn it up to cheek.
Yeah.
And the same with a woman. I believe a woman, if it's good sex, she gonna look past some things that she really don't like. She really don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with 19 baby mamas, but you know what? You're putting it down, and you may be number 20. So I just believe that. I believe that waiting in sex is important. I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and they were like, they got to test drive the car before they buy it. And I understand it and I get it, but I just believe, once again, I'm gonna go back biblically. Biblically, the reason I believe that the Bible and God is saying not to have sex until you're married is because sex is something that should not be the determining factor in choosing who you're with, and it clouds everything else that's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I believe 90 days is a good rule. I believe that you can wait longer, but I truly believe to wait until you actually get to know the person, understand the person, listen, to where you can see some of the lies they've been telling you. Right? To make a conscious decision. Do I like her? Is she honest? Do I like him? So in my opinion, man, wait as long as you can, ask as many questions as you can. Get to know the person the best way you can before you lay down, because once you lay down,
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
And not only is it a wrap, but if you don't wrap it up, you might. Listen, there are people right now that don't even like each other, have babies because they didn't wait. There are people that got married because they had babies because they didn't wait.
That utopia box be calling, brother.
Run if it's heat.
Hey, Mike. Listen, Mike. Listen. I understand, but hey,
I'm putting him on that. I want to try before I buy it.
Let me go in front of this heat.
Hey.
He ain't.
I get as long as you're a person that can make. Listen, as long as you can make a decision outside of the heat, go ahead and do what you got to do. But if you know for a fact that he gonna make you look the other way,
look, I tell women I'm very vocal about the game because I've played it. The game is still the same these days. So I tell any woman that I'm close with, any woman that asks, any woman that comes and says, I'm with this dude, I'm like, listen, make this person prove to you who they are over an extended period of time. People can only fake for so long.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes people play the long game, but 99 times out of 100, they only gonna be able to keep up their front for so long. And they like, no draws.
And you ain't lying, because listen, you're gonna do what you gotta do until you can't do it no more. You're like, it's just doing too much. If you only into it for the draws, you're like, hey man, I didn't reach my budget.
And even more, two things, even more importantly, even if y'all done had sex already, like if you guys, let's just say y'all two believers and y'all like, you know what, we gonna wait till marriage. But we did Netflix and chill, got caught up. I done got a little sample. So I don't think, because some people be like, man, we already done it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's out of bounds to realign the relationship to the core values of where y'all started from.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. If the agreement still, absolutely. You got to go back. If that's what y'all built the relationship on, like we're gonna wait till marriage, I don't think it's never too late to start over. Like, okay, we did what we did, but let's get back focused.
Okay.
Then to address a comment I seen earlier, fellas, just like we don't like women leading with sex, stop leading with money that you don't have. If you can't maintain the dangle, if you can't maintain the carrot that you dangling, don't dangle it. Don't dangle it, because the truth will find you out.
It will.
It will find you out.
Listen, and ladies, listen, I'm gonna say this too though, ladies, stop. Listen, tell him to stop dangling the carrot if that's not really what you want. Because if he believes that's how he got you, he believes that's how he has to keep you.
Yep.
Does that make
So it's the carrot?
The reference to
money?
it.
So let's say if I'm leading in the relationship with buying everything,
Gotcha.
but you really just like me. I don't know that you really didn't even want the gifts.
Okay.
If you don't tell a man that, then he's assuming that that's how I got her.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I got her because I was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. He gonna lie, cheat, and steal to try to keep up this farce.
Hey, tell him that, like, hey man, stop.
Because one lady up in the comments said that he keep buying me expensive purses, but I just want to see our bank account grow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, golly, I'm broke up front. My pockets is not heat.
So if you're broke up front, you probably should not be dating.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, y'all. It is okay to say, you know what, I am not in a position right now to take you on dates. Let me, I swear we will appreciate that more than anything.
You would appreciate it, but you're not about to mess with a dude that can't take you out. I mean, the truth is the truth.
He is really trying, right? He's trying. He's like, I'm trying to get these jobs. He's actively pursuing. Yes, I am. Because if I see you actively trying, you're still communicating, because I'm very resourceful. I'm going to help you get a job. It's inevitable. I know somebody who does a bit of everything, anything you can think of. I swear to you, I know somebody who either owns it, does it, or works there. So,
now, you're hella resourceful. You're resourceful.
I know somebody who's doing a TV.
Yes.
You want to
on your TV.
Yeah.
You want some Nike socks? You need some Nike socks? I know somebody who's selling them. Yeah.
Call me.
Yeah.
You want to get
straight up?
Call me. I am resourceful. God. That's one thing. Shout out to my kid's father. He left me with
the camp.
Yeah. You want to know what? You need some charging. Call my homeboy RP. He'll meet you up. So yeah. So I will say, if you are not in a position to date, you are really working on it. It's okay to say, you know what, I really like you. I like spending time with you, but I'm not in a position right now to date financially. Now, we like,
yeah. So if that's not, I feel like as long as somebody's actively working toward a destination, I don't think it's any problem with it. But if you're just chilling, like, no, absolutely not. And that goes for both. That goes for both. I mean, because I feel like men are more apt to date a woman with nothing than a woman is to date a dude with nothing. So I'm just saying, as long as this dude is showing active try, as long as he ain't just sitting at the house doing nothing, and he's like, listen, I done been on 5 interviews this week. I'm just waiting for something to happen. You know, times is rough. I can't take you out. Now, we say we respect honesty until that honesty hurts our feelings.
Yeah. Yep. Or doesn't go according to your plan.
Stop asking for the honesty that you're not ready for. Because sometimes it can hurt.
Yes. And also, guys, if y'all are actively working and y'all go to these jobs, put on an excuse to quit. Man, supervisor be tripping, man. He got what I can't even get on my phone. My dad.
Supervisor be tripping, man. They just don't like me up in here.
Yes, it's those. Man, I'm talking about.
I ain't about to let nobody disrespect me. I ain't about to let nobody talk crazy to me. I'm a man. I put my pants on just like he put on his.
On my break. Man, I need a hair.
I need a hair.
For real.
I swear to God, cuz.
And you see him getting walked out after lunch. Man, these people racist, cuz. I need a hair.
Like, stop it.
I
need a hair.
What do you guys both appreciate about more now that you're in your 40s?
Appreciate it more?
What do you love now more that you're in your 40s?
Go ahead.
And there's so many things, man. What are
many things?
There's so many things, man. I appreciate having a home, right? Whether it's rented or listen, I just appreciate having somewhere, you know, to relax, to have peace at. I appreciate that. I appreciate true friends. right? I appreciate solid friends. I appreciate good family. I don't know. The older I get, the more appreciative I get. You know what I mean? Because you don't realize how good you had it until you don't. Right? Like right now, listen, I had knee surgery a couple weeks ago. You don't even know how good you need your knees until you don't have. You're like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a little. I appreciate so many. Man, I appreciate so many little things now because all the little things mean big things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's a good answer.
Appreciate things.
What you appreciate, Levan?
First and foremost, in my 40s, I'll be 44 June 2nd. Shout out to the Geminis. I appreciate peace a lot more now than I ever have.
Yeah.
Like peace to me, like I didn't realize how much peace I didn't have until I reattained it. Like once I got it, I'm like, yo, ain't nobody taking this from me. I don't care who you are, what you are. Oh, I'm telling you. So I appreciate peace. I appreciate being responsible. I appreciate being able to be someone that my son could look up to. Like my son just came home. I ain't seen my son in almost 2 weeks. I almost kissed him in the mouth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just appreciate being able to be the father that I never had. I just appreciate being able to just see my son grow up. Like you said, I appreciate family. I appreciate true friends. I appreciate people that have pushed me along the way. I even appreciate the people that counted me out. I had people told me I wouldn't be nothing. You ain't nothing. And I'm not braggadocious, but God is good. You know, my life is good. My life is good. I don't have no complaints. I pay my own bills. I don't rely on anybody but the Lord. So like I appreciate being able to be appreciative. I appreciate new life. Heck, you know, on the 9th of June, it'll be 2 years since I got a new kidney. You know what I'm saying? Life is great. Yeah, life is great, man. And it's just like I refuse to not be appreciative. I got so much stuff to be thankful for. I can throw a laundry list of stuff out, but I just appreciate being able to be appreciative.
Yeah. That's really good. So I'm gonna say I was writing down a few things that I appreciate. I appreciate time now more than ever. Like even I work from home, I live from home. In between my clients, I go take me a break because I remember a time when I just had to do something else. I appreciate. I'm gonna go even deep. I appreciate how my skin looks now. I appreciate it because I didn't drink water. I was eating chocolate and Pepsi. So now it's you know I struggle with acne issues on my face. I appreciate my friendships now more than ever because now I can do more things. I'm able to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what you want? You know, it's on me. I appreciate the honesty that I'm able to like, it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't.
Yeah.
I appreciate my body now, y'all. Because I remember going through where I wanted in my 20s and 30s, I wanted to have this or get that. And now I just, it kind of, you're going to get these fat
Listen,
it
is what it is.
I communicate to people. I used to be like very like push over. Oh, okay, let me not say nothing. I don't want to offend. I'm gonna let him go on and cheat. I ain't go. No, I appreciate how I can stand up for myself and say it is what it is or it ain't what it ain't. And I appreciate peace as well. So I'm just writing a few things down. So, there's a lot of things.
That is fly.
20 years ago. I say that all the time. If I didn't know 40 was gonna be this fire, oh yeah.
Listen, promise you, I feel the same way.
Levan, get out that mic.
And I hate my mic ain't working.
I'm telling you.
I just gotta figure out how to work it.
We'll get you together. Don't worry about it.
I want to.
I told you we're gonna get you together here. They're gonna trip.
Oh, what is it? Yeah. Okay. Last question, but definitely not least. Would you, Lord forbid, that your marriage does not work? Lord forbid, I rebuke that. But if you did, God forbid, would you ever get married again? Knowing all that you know, being through, would you get married again?
So I'm going to say yes and no. I'm going to say no because I don't want to die tonight.
Yeah.
Because my wife would kill me by saying that.
Right.
But now I would say yes, right? And it's crazy because someone asked me that question the other day, and I would say yes. It doesn't. If this marriage were to end in turmoil, I mean, it's been so good that I understand and I trust in God enough because this marriage was an answered prayer. Right. This marriage was an answered prayer of me giving God specifics of what I wanted, like, nah, she ain't out there. And the prayer was answered, and it exceeded even what I prayed for. So I'm thankful that God didn't even give me exactly what I prayed for, because it was so superficial. That's first and foremost. But it's been so good in the answer to prayer that the hope for me would be, if he did it this time, he'll do it again. Right? So listen, it wouldn't matter, like I said, how it would end or whatever happened from this day forward. It's been so good that if something were to happen, and yes, I would get married again because it's been so good. So that's my answer. Now, look, again, her and I, somebody gonna die. Hopefully, we may die together. I don't know.
If she beat him out of here, he gonna get married.
I have no intention of getting married again, because I plan on this, this is going to be the one we die together. Yeah. But if, God forbid, something were to happen, I would absolutely do it.
Indeed. Yes, I would get married again. Okay. Yeah, I would though. I would. I still have a desire to get married, even though there were some hills and valleys and some unfortunate circumstances on my way out of my last one. I would just take more protective measures the second time around. I mean, it's no secret. Hell, I lost everything in my first marriage. Everything. House, money, everything. I lost it all. I had to start all the way over. The only thing I left that house with was my computer equipment and my clothes. Like furniture. Like I'm telling you, like I would just take more protective measures this time, because I'm in a better position than I was then. Yeah. So, I mean, literally, like, lost it all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Half my retirement gone. I had to come up off like 50 grand out the door. Lost my house. I lost it all. Like, I lost full time with my son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got off child support in March. You know what I'm saying? So it was a very unfortunate situation, but on the same token, it hasn't turned my heart hard to love. So I'm appreciative for that. But yeah, I would definitely take more protective measures. And I feel like I don't think it's anything wrong with it. I don't feel like it's anything wrong with it. So yeah. I would definitely do it again. 100%.
So influential. Like, even your mistakes, I'm allowed, because I've never been married, never, you know what I'm saying? I can learn from things that I know, about you guys that people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really appreciate you guys being transparent and vulnerable and put it out there. This was really one of the best. And this was one of the best ones, Billy. Thank you.
Yeah. No, we appreciate you, brother.
So many. If we want to go read comments, we can't. I'm scared to swipe. There's so many questions.
There's a question Robin Andrews asked: do I believe it's important to ask God who you should marry versus find? Absolutely. And I'm just giving you my personal testimony list. So my personal testimony of when I prayed, because I've been married before. I didn't pray on that marriage. We were high school sweethearts, had a baby, and it was like, listen, my parents didn't stay together. You know what I mean? So we get married. Versus me praying and saying, okay, Lord, if this is what you want me to do again, I ain't doing it, but if you X, Y, and Z, and it was the best prayer. So I would say absolutely. I have an uncle of mine. We always argued about, he doesn't believe that there's one person that God will bless you with, right? Or that's for you. And I said, okay, I can agree with you, because this is my second. Some people have lost their spouse, they passed away, and so I understand what he's saying. But this is what I always say: you don't have to believe that God will you don't have to believe that there's one person for you, but you have to believe that God will show you who's not for you. And that's all that matters.
Retie my bow tied shoe.
Yeah. So it's important for me. You have to pray on it, because if nothing else, for God to show you who's not for you, and then you can choose between who is for you. But definitely pray in any situation and ask God, are they for me?
That's the prayer, ladies. I'm going to say, if you ain't ready for it, that's the prayer right there. Lord, remove who ain't for me, because all of a sudden, you get a phone call from hey, Barbara, this is Shirley. I swear.
Yeah. I didn't got cussed out. Go ahead.
Yeah. And also, don't just pray about your partner. Pray about yourself. Pray that you're prepared for the person that you're praying for.
This is why I love my wife so much. She just slid a note talking about, I hope my new wife rubbed that raggedy.
Sister Banks, we ain't trying to auction you off, woman of God. Woman.
Maybe there'll never be another like you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
She's slid him
Why you leaving Walmart?
she slid him a note like they was like they was in court. She slid him a note so she didn't have to blurt out.
So Robin said, yeah, be ready for that answer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be ready for that. Listen, don't go into the prayer making, okay,
Ooh.
don't pray.
Yeah.
Don't pray trying to look for the signs that they are for you. Be okay and obedient and really go into the prayer asking, are they for you? Because you can make anybody for you that's not for you. You can make any situation a marriage. Ask God, are they for you, and make it plain. Yes. And I promise you, he'll make it plain. And trust in that and walk away from that. I don't care how perfect you think they are. There's something they hide, and there's something that ain't right. Listen, they're not for you. So yeah, pray.
And when he does it, will we be obedient? He shows us, will we be obedient? Lord, send me a man. I need a sign. If a man comes to I prayed this one time. Lord, if it's really not supposed to be with my baby daddy, let a man come to my door with a red hat on. Y'all don't think a man comes to my door with a red hat on?
Hey, but listen, I tell people all the time, be careful, because just like you want that prayer, you want God to hear that prayer, the devil hears it too.
Come on.
Too. And just like he can convert himself into a child of light, he can become exactly what you want.
Yeah.
The devil tricked the angels into believing he was one of them, and nobody noticed it but the Lord. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole other sermon.
Come on, preach.
Yeah. Negroes is chameleons.
Yeah. So just be mindful of the words and prayers and stuff, because it's
Yeah.
This was really good. The comments keep saying part 2. I really want to go to the questions, but there's so many, y'all. We would be up all night.
Yeah.
I don't want Zeta cussing me out.
Please.
That's one thing I don't.
Please, women of God, you didn't already call this knee raggedy.
Okay, so if y'all have any additional questions that we weren't able to, is it okay, Billy? They reach out to you.
Yeah, they
absolutely
can respond. We can respond in the comments later. It's gonna be it forever.
Later on.
I'm with a part 2. I'm with it.
Yes, indeed.
I truly enjoy it.
For sure, bro. For sure. She got the dial-up Wi-Fi. Somebody even called her. Oh.
Yeah.
We
I don't hear nothing out here.
But what fire is the backlights with the.
Yeah, facts. Okay, we see you. Oh, dang, I didn't even have my sign on the whole thing. God, dog, I'm slipping.
That's all we got. Look, I got a light. This is a light I got. So, something being said, because I'm a scary cat and I'm in the basement. I appreciate you, Billy. Thank you, guys. Everybody for tuning to the living room. I'm scared of the dark. I'm about to go get Mark. Friday, we do have Will Slap.
Indeed.
Lord Will Slap is going to come on. We're going to talk about some interesting things, Lord willing. My Wi-Fi is messing up. It's definitely not jumping right now.
It's cool. We can hear you for the one time. Final thoughts?
Final thoughts outside of thank you, Billy. Thank you, LaVan. And thank you guys for sharing your stories, being helpful for people. Thank you for all my people who comment, and whether it's good. I know, Amber, I'm scared, girl. I'm trying to hurry up. I be so tough, but I'm really so scary. But thank you. That's why you need a man. That's why I need a man. So thank you guys. Thank you,
Miss Nicole.
Please share this live. This one in particular was really good.
For sure. For sure.
It was all relationship, all love, all Christian. I love it. Yep. I love this one. It's my favorite.
Indeed.
We didn't allow to get into, you know what I mean? Crazy. I love this. Nope. I'm gonna say shoot for the moon. Even if you don't quite make it, you'll still be amongst the stars.
Thanks. Billy, you got any final thoughts, final words, brother?
Final words is, don't be afraid to be authentically who God made you to be, because your testimony, your story, and the very thing that you're hiding may be connected to the next person's delivery. Don't be anybody
else.
You can't. It's cool. We just go back and watch the playback. Hey, y'all already know I always end every podcast. You know what I'm saying? Until we meet again, y'all know where to catch us. Same house, same couch, same crew. The living room. We out.